got them? We good? Okay, good morning. How's everybody doing? Good morning. Roll them out. Gotta get ready today, alright? A little sore. Let's twist. See, who we got? We got John Hinkson, 14.5 units out right now, right? Good job. We got Kelly. Kelly, you've got 13.5. 13.5. I see in there. Adam Lynch, I think. Adam Lynch, 13. There's one other person up there at the 13 level, right? Who is it? Right down there, 7. All right, everybody feel okay? All right, let's have a seat. Okay. Saturday. Gotta love it, right? Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Okay. This morning, let's start with these guys right here. Got some good podium reviews. I've been getting a lot of good reviews lately. You guys have been sending out lots of podiums, which is great. Our sales representative, Ollie, was great. He made us feel comfortable immediately and was very competent throughout the purchase of our vehicle. Dan Cummins has a huge selection of vehicles, and we ended up with exactly what we wanted, but much nicer. Very pleasant experience from start to finish. Yeah. Always had a show, right? The airplane show. That's right. Airplane and car show. Beautiful. Miss Arizona Wilcher, which I love that name, Arizona. Kelly Slade gave truly top-notch service. Michael in finance was extremely helpful as well. This has definitely been the best car buying experience I've ever had. Thank you so much. My family and I had an amazing experience at Dan Cummins. We dealt with Nick Rogers, and I must say he was very professional and personable. He took the time to listen to what our family really needed and didn't treat us as just another sale. We highly recommend buying from Dan Cummins, and especially Nick, for his hard work in helping us purchase a new-to-us vehicle. Terrific service, so happy with my new car. My husband and I will definitely be returning customers. That's Nick Rogers also. Gotta love the all caps, right? Great sales team, great prices, would recommend to others. Thanks, the Onans. Not sure who that is, but good job. Let's see. Look at this. Friendly staff. The service department is quick and diligent. Salesperson went above and beyond when helping with our purchase. Would definitely recommend this dealership and be a return customer. Great job, service department. Excellent sales service. I mean, they're good. They're just good. Look at all these good reviews. April 13th. Ben Berry was our salesman, and he was one of the best I've dealt with. He was over-the-top helpful and very professional. I will be repeat customer if Ben is my salesman. Great dealership. Lauren Dawson followed up with my initial request and emailed me information specific to my request. It was this information that brought me to Dan. Nice job. Okay, so, did you guys see this yesterday? Looks like Man's got it popped up on his right now. Quick survey, when did you buy your last car and where'd you buy it from? Did you guys, any of you guys see that? Raise your hand if you saw that yesterday. Okay, what I did yesterday morning is I posted this question. I didn't put quick survey, but I said, when did you buy your last car? Where did you buy it from? And I asked some of the other management staff to do the same. Some other people chimed in and shared also. The reason I did this is I wanted to find out a couple things, and I did. It was awesome, so I'm going to share it with you guys. All right, we got lots of comments here, right? All right, she bought one Saturday at CarMax. Now, this is Heather Sewell. Heather Sewell lives in Colorado, I think it is. She lives in Colorado. Her and I went to high school together. Okay, so she bought a car. She bought one Saturday at CarMax. My response was, that's great. It's too bad you live in Colorado. I would have loved to have helped. And then right after I hit that response, I thought, I've shipped cars to Colorado before. Haven't we? Has anybody here shipped a car out of state? We ship cars out of state, right? That's not an excuse. Her living in Colorado is not an excuse for me to not sell her a car. That's unacceptable. She's in my social network. I went to school with her in high school. She knows me. I know her. That's a fail on my part. Big time fail. Where should she have bought a car? Where?
Right here.
Dan Cummins, right? Who's better, Dan Cummins or CarMax? Who do you think's better? Raise your hand if you think Dan Cummins is better. Okay, so we're all in agreement. Who's going to give her better service, Dan Cummins or CarMax? Dan Cummins, right? Who's going to give her a personal touch and treat her like she's a queen, Dan Cummins or CarMax? Dan Cummins, right? That's a fail on my part. Fail, and I instantly made that excuse and pissed me off afterwards. That's an excuse. I feel like we make a lot of those around here. So that's kind of why I wanted to touch on this. Nicholas Cox, a year ago, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins. Let's see some other ones. Lots of Dan Cummins, lots of Dan Cummins, lots of Dan Cummins. Right there, Carter Offit, January 2016. Cross Chrysler Jeep in Louisville. Carter is the head of the Young Professionals group here in Paris, Kentucky. That's how him and I just met 3 months ago. So I'm not necessarily going to blame myself for him being in my network because he wasn't at the time, but I will blame myself for this guy living in Paris, believes in Paris, is part of the Paris Chamber of Commerce, runs the Young Professionals group in Paris. And where did he buy a car? In Louisville. Boo. Bad. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it? Is it Carter's fault? It's Dan Cummins' fault. We didn't make enough noise. We didn't make enough noise. And I bet you if I look in Dealer Socket, he probably contacted us at some point before he bought. I'm not going to look because it made me more mad. But I bet you he contacted us at some point. We didn't get back to him fast enough, or we didn't give him enough information for him to make a buying decision quick enough, and he went and bought somewhere else. Bet you that's what happened. Who else we got in here? Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins. Jeff Wells, August of 2015, Bob Hook Chevrolet. Jeff Wells used to work here, I believe. Before that, the last three came from Dan Cummins. So Jeff Wells, 2 years ago, Bob Hook, we had him for 3 deals. He was in our database for 3 deals. He went and bought a truck somewhere else. What happened? Did we quit following up with him? Did we just assume, oh, he's bought 3 cars from here, he'll always buy cars from here? Did we make that assumption? Probably. Did he contact us to get some info? I bet he did. I bet we didn't treat him special, like he was important, like he was the only one. Fail. Dan Cummins, Priscilla Hope bought one at Lindsay Volkswagen. Don't know where that is. Ralph Quillen, this guy Ralph Quillen, he bought one last month at the Mercedes dealership in Fort Mitchell. Ralph Quillen's the owner of Rooster Brew. My guess is that's a new Mercedes, which we probably couldn't have done anything about, I'm hoping. But he is a local, he's a guy that lives here, and we need to work on making him a bigger fan to where he goes, you know what, Glenn, I want a new Mercedes, but I know you don't sell new Mercedes, so why don't you get me one with 500 miles on it? I just want to buy from Dan Cummins. That's what he's got to be saying. That's what all these people have got to be saying. Okay? Lots of Dan Cummins, lots of Dan Cummins, lots of Dan Cummins. So I had some other guys post. Let's just look through theirs. Mr. Robbie Toomey. Quick survey. When did you buy your last car? Where did you buy it from? Oops. I don't know how to get that away. Dan Cummins, he responded to a bunch of these. Paula Florence, 6 years ago, Quantrell Cadillac. That's okay. That was 6 years ago. We weren't as good then as we are now. Gary Reed, Dan Cummins, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2006, 2006, 2007, 2009, 2011, 2013, and what did he say? And that a few, someone topped that. So Gary Reed has bought a lot of cars. Thank you, Gary Reed. Did Robbie do a good job with Gary Reed? He's a fan, right? Is that guy a fan? That guy's a fan. Does that guy know, does he have anybody in his circles or any friends or family members that might need a car today? I don't know. Does Robbie sell cars anymore? No. Does anybody want to call Gary Reed? You might want to call Gary Reed. Look him up in Socket, man. You might want to call Gary Reed. The guy buys some cars. And I'm sure he has friends and family members that buy cars. We got to call Gary Reed. But great job on Robbie's part. Most of Robbie's, pretty much all of Robbie's people are Dan Cummins. Robbie has done a great job of branding himself in this community as the guy to go to, back when he used to sell cars here. But he's branded himself, and his people still come in here. But he's branded himself really well online. So most of his feed is pretty much all Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins. Let's look at this guy. He's going to get mad at me. I had Sam post it. Sam got 2 comments. I said, Sam, even on Facebook, people don't like you, buddy. Just kidding. He had posted it in like red. People couldn't see it, so on and so forth. But so he'll get mad at me later. No, he won't. He won't watch the meeting, so it's okay. Brian Taylor. And I talked to Brian about this a little bit this morning. Let's look at Brian Taylor, okay? Brian Taylor got lots of comments. He got 58 comments. Now, Brian Taylor lives a little ways away. He lives about an hour and a half away from the dealership, okay? Most of the people that he knows, most of the people that he grew up with, most of the people that he works or that he associates with on a daily basis, they live far away, okay? So Brian's job is going to be harder to get people in here than it is for some other of us, you know, that live more local or know more local people, like John Hinkson, for example. John Hinkson knows a lot of local people, right? Easy to get them in. So when we go through Brian's, now I'm not making excuses, I'm just setting the stage. When you go through Brian's, here's what I noticed. March 2017, Frank Shute. How long ago was that? That was last month, right? A couple weeks ago. Okay. Frank Shute. August 2012, Fisher Ford. May 2016, Beachmont Toyota. There's Dan Cummins. 11/16, Glenn Ford. May 2015, from a classified. 2016, that guy bought from Piles. Patrick Coleman, 5 months ago from a dealer. Doesn't say Dan Cummins, so must not be us. This past Monday from Martin Chevrolet. Okay? He had a lot of comments. Look at this guy right here. 2 weeks ago, 2017 Z01. Bought it from Pennsylvania. Okay? And he has a lot of people in car clubs and groups because he used to be the GTO guy. So a lot of his friends, he's got a couple thousand friends. A lot of his friends are out of state. A lot of his friends are in car clubs, things like that. So please don't get me wrong. I'm not beating Brian up, but I wanted to show you guys something, in that feed. Last one, let's go to Zach Toomey. Zach Toomey, there he is. 20-something comments. Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins, Dan Cummins. Is this a trick question? No, that must have been Dan Cummins. November 2015 from Greens. 2013 from Burford's. Dan Cummins, 2016 from Dennis Dillon Nissan. Last month from Gates Nissan. Dan Cummins, Dodge Chrysler a few years back. 06 Dodge Toyota March 2017, Dan Cummins. So that's what Zach looks like, okay? What's my point? Why are we digging into this? What did we learn? Okay, I learned a couple things. Something that we may have forgotten. I learned that we are not the only people on the planet that are selling cars. Did you guys know that? Because sometimes we act that way. Sometimes we act that way. Sometimes we think, well, they're ridiculous. Where are they going to go? They can't go anywhere. They want this much for their trade. Nobody's going to give them that. They can't beat our price. We get the best price. They're not going to go. Where else can they go? There's nowhere else to go. Apparently there is. Apparently there's a lot of places to go. Now, right now you should have 12 cars out based on car a day every day that you're here. Okay, you should have 12 cars out right now. Raise your hand if you have less than 12 cars out. All right, so I'm looking at about 70% of us are behind the 8 ball. Okay, 70% of us. So that's roughly 30 guys. That's roughly 30, let's say you're just 1 or 2 short. That's 30, 50 deals. I saw at least 30, 50 deals in those comments that I got yesterday. At least. Probably way more than that. There's about 400 comments altogether. A lot of people buying cars at other dealerships. Now, are we on a mission or are we not on a mission? We're on a mission, right? We need to eradicate negative stigmas associated with the car business. Now, those dealers over there, are they going to treat them better than we do or worse than we do?
Worse.
Worse, right? Because we do really good job of taking care of our customers once they're here, right? I want to attack our social media and our power base and the people that know us better. We have to do it better. We have to make more noise. Brian has to make more noise. I have to make more noise. I have to let people know that I can ship cars all over the country. I gotta let people know that. It's not fair. It's my responsibility. It's my duty. It's your responsibility. It's your duty. That's your paycheck. Anybody come up 1 short on 30 last month? I know a couple guys. Anybody come up 1 short on 20 last month? I know a couple guys. Did anybody in your circle, in your power base, buy a car somewhere else? I dare you to post it and find out. I bet they did. Because we didn't make enough noise. You got to let them know that you're here. So how do we do that? You can't just say, hey, go ahead and make a bunch of noise. How do you do that? Well, there's a couple different ways that we can make noise. You all know how to use social media, and you all use it in different ways. Okay? And it's important that as we're using our social media, there's a couple elements that you have to show. You have to show a personal element, and you also have to show your business element. Okay? Everyone has to know that you work here. They have to know that you work here. Now, you can't just post a picture of a sold car because the way social media works is it's timing, right? Somebody might see that post, somebody might not see that post. You can't guarantee it that they see it, so there has to be content. There has to be multiple levels of content. So we can't just post every time we sell a car because we might only sell 1 car a day. And when you post that 1 car a day, might be at a time that somebody else isn't on there. They're not going to see you. So what else are you doing throughout the day? You're jumping on a golf cart. You're going over to the warehouse. That's a good little video to show, right? That's cool. I saw a couple warehouse Snapchats the other day. I think Josue I think you were in the warehouse. I saw a couple warehouse Snapchats. Okay, running through that warehouse. That warehouse is freaking awesome, dude. It's got the plastic over all the cars. You got the Corvettes. You got the Camaros. All that stuff's over there. People want to see that stuff. That's good content. That's cool. Like, we do this every day, so we don't think this stuff is cool, but this stuff is cool. You take a picture out that window right there, you see hundreds of cars. You put that up on your Instagram, you shine that sucker out. That's cool. People want to see it. It's good content. They'll share it. They'll talk about it. All right, but your personal group, your friends, your family, all the people in there, they care about you. That's why they're in there. That's why they friended you. They care about you, so they want to see. Why did we get so many responses on such a simple question? Anybody think about that? We asked a question. If we just post something and make a statement, nobody has any reason to interact with us. They can just scroll on by. They see it. It doesn't register. It's just like writing something down, right? When I write something down, I remember it. If I just think about it, I don't necessarily remember it. All right? So when I post a question, people like to respond, right? Post a question on, like, say, who's better, Donald Trump or Barack Obama? Will you get some response? You'll get some response, right? When you post it as a question, people want to give you their feedback. They want to know, they want you to know that they're there and they have an opinion, they have a statement to make. The other reason that particular post got so much activity is it's about something people care about. People love their cars, man. People love cars. We're in an industry where we don't sell crap that people don't want or don't like or don't need. We sell cars. It's a cool thing. It's a super cool thing. All these different features, and you got cars that park themselves, and just got all this shit. It's cool. So we have content all day, every day. There's something that you can be doing, something that you can be posting to let people know that you work here. So we got to start there. Okay? Now, there's other creative ways too, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I personally have been doing. We won't get too deep into this because we're going to run out of time. Let me show you some cool stuff and why it works. How did I get logged out already? Okay, live streams are awesome. Just so you know, 2,000 views usually a weekend on our sales meetings. And why are people watching a car dealership sales meeting? You ever ask yourself that question? Why are they watching that? Why are people into that? It's kind of like a crazy little peek inside, man. It's almost like you're not supposed to be there, right? It's like peeping through the little peephole. It's like, this is amazing. Even if it's not amazing, it just becomes amazing because you're giving people a live look in. This is why reality TV shows do so well. Because people just like to watch. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm laying in bed, I ain't doing nothing else. Might as well just watch, right? So live streams, if you guys aren't utilizing live streams, you gotta do more live streams. We get 2,000 views on our live streams. All right, have you seen these right here? Tips and tricks. Anybody seen these yet on my page?
Yep.
Okay, this is the tips and tricks. I won't play it. It's about 2.5 minutes. But basically, once a week, I'm just popping up a tip or a trick about the car business. Okay? Now, what I'm not doing is I'm not selling Dan Cummins in these things. I actually had a meeting with Josh yesterday, and he's like, you should talk about our zero down, our lease advantage, so on and so forth. And I thought about it. That's not the point of the tips and tricks. Tips and tricks is a better way to buy a car. Here's how you can get more for your trade-in. Here's explaining a lease. And I'm gonna give them more tips and tricks as the weeks go on. And why would I do that? Why wouldn't I say, you have to come to Dan Cummins though? Why wouldn't I say that?
Building value first.
Building the value first. That's exactly right. I'm giving the customer some value. I'm giving them some wisdom. I'm giving them some knowledge because I know this stuff because I live it and I work it every day. And I'm not trying to sell them a car right now. I'm not saying buy a car right now. What I'm saying is when they start to think about buying a car, they're going to go, you know, that guy Glenn knows a lot about buying a car. Maybe I should call him. Make sense? So tips and tricks. If you get a chance, watch those. Share those. If you can't make them yourself, share them on your feed. Just share them. You guys see this video?
Because I got to get back on the phone to make money. But my buddy Steve Spray over here, y'all know Steve Spray. Steve, who's your client? That just sent me something. Glenn Lundy, man, best follow-up ever. Okay, follows up everybody. Follows up with everybody. So Glenn Lundy's a client of Steve Spray's on Cardone On Demand. Unbelievable guy. If you're not following Glenn Lundy, make sure you give him a follow. His name is highlighted up there. But anyway, he sent Steve Spray a box of chocolates today, and I on the Snapchat, on Steve's Snapchat, was like, man, Glenn, how come you don't send your boy Jordan anything? Totally joking. So what ended up happening, my man Glenn Lundy sent me, like, this flower arrangement is unbelievable. And this is what he said. We need Jordan closing, not crying. So here's a gift from the Glenn Lundy. Glenn, you're the real champion. You're the real VIP. You're the real MVP. You're the real deal, man. I appreciate you big time, man. I'm putting it next to my desk over here so I can be reminded of how nice it is to get gifts. I'm going to send you something now. It's my turn. And I think we should just play this game out for the rest of the year. I think Steve's down. Steve, that's right, man. We're going to take care of you over there at Dan Cummins Chevrolet. I appreciate you. And by the way, if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet, just hit Glenn Lundy up, man. Nobody sells more Chevrolets than they do. You guys have an unbelievable rest of your day. And Glenn, thanks for the flowers. Brent.
What do you guys think? Okay, so that's Jordan Stupar with the Cardone Group. He's got thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, right? Like tons and tons of followers. And what I've been doing, you guys saw the Hex Tie video. I sent them some Hex Ties. What I'm doing is I'm trying, they've done a lot for us, so I want to do a lot for them. So we share value. I talk about them a lot on Facebook. They talk about us a lot on Facebook. They're the #1 guys in the industry as far as sales training. We want to be the #1 dealership in the country, right? So we need to be side by side. We got to be aligned, right? We got to be aligned. So I send them, you know, some flowers, or I do whatever. And what was the last thing he said in that whole thing? Go buy a car at Dan Cummins. That's what he told all his people. And I got like 40 friends off of this thing, like people to start friending me because he said go follow Glenn Lundy. So I get like 40 friends. I get I meant to show you that. I get messages from a guy in New York that wants to buy a car from us. I got a message from a guy in Florida that wants to buy a car from us. Am I going out on there and saying, hey, buy a car from Glenn Lundy and Dan Cummins? Absolutely not. What I'm going out there and saying is, hey, we're here. We're here. We're here, we're doing cool stuff, we're having fun, we're real people, we're having a good time, we can do this for you, we know this. If you ever think about buying a car, come see us. That's the last part of the puzzle. We got to get better at building that. You guys, while I'm pulling this back up, because I wanted to show you this, you guys are posting, here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing us posting a picture of our customer. When we take a picture of our customer, we post it on Facebook, right? Who sees that? Who sees it? A few people in your feed and people in your circle, right? What about their circle? Do they see it?
Tag them.
Only if you tag them. How can you tag them? You gotta friend them. You gotta friend them first, right? When you guys post your customers' pictures online, I need you to add your customer as a friend. Extend your network. So now when you tag your customer on your Facebook photo, it's going to go to their circle of friends. Because your circle of friends have already seen you sell a car to somebody. They like you. They're like, okay, cool, you sold another car. That's great. Now what about their circle of friends? They've never seen this before. They've never seen you before. So now they post on their stream, and they see you, and their friends comment, oh, great car. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my gosh, I need to get me one, too. Oh, you do? I know a guy. Does that make sense? Got to expand the network. Let me show you what happens when you do. Because I get these all the time, and I just got this one the other day, and I thought it was pretty cool. How do I make this bigger? Can I? Okay. Glenn, I'm sure you don't remember me, but I'm good friends with Luke Thacker and Mark Alexander, and we all always used to ride together to play in the Kentucky Blue Poker Crew, and they both went to Florida with you. Anyways, my parents are looking to purchase a new or newer truck, and they keep saying we need to check here, etc. And I told them there's one place only we should go, and that is Dan Cummins. I told them that you would all be the best price and quality of service all around, can't be beat. I told them no, I can't really understand that, but might have some kind of advantage, and that was the deal maker. What I told them was that you were a strong man of faith first and foremost, as my parents and myself. So needless to say, you will be seeing us in the next couple weeks. Hope all is well your way, and your new addition is adorable. Keep up the hard work, and keep up your faith, and keep giving him all the blessings. I haven't talked to this guy in over 10 years. Haven't seen him or talked to him in over 10 years. That's the message I got. What did he take from all that? It's basically from everything he's seen on my Facebook. He sees stuff on our Facebook with the In the Beginning show. He knows that I'm a believer in God. He knows that we're a good dealership, to the point where he's telling his parents, right? You always want to take care of your parents. He's telling his parents that Dan Cummins is the only place to go. He's never been here. He's never been here. He's never bought a car here. But he's telling his parents this is the only place to go, simply because of all the information he sees in my feed. John Hinkson sent me a text message the other day. John Hinkson had an old friend that you hadn't seen in how long? 30-something years. Lives in Louisiana. Okay? He got a message from a person who lives in Louisiana he hadn't seen in 30 years. They saw our live stream, poked in, watched how we do our what we talk about here in our sales meetings, and told John to find him a Lexus. They're coming from Louisiana to buy a Lexus from John. Okay? Because they saw a live stream. Not because I said, go buy a car from Dan Cummins. Because I said, hey, we're real people doing real things. We're cool. We're going to take care of you. Love you. I had another one. Who was the other one? I had another one. You. You had sent me one. Old friend popped in. Gonna buy a car from Dan Cummins. So we've got to start making more noise, guys. That's the point. I need you guys to make more noise. We're selling 800 and some cars a month. We've been selling 800 and some cars a month for about a year now. Josh Cummins has been doing everything that he can to get more people in the door. It's our turn. It's now our job to make sure that everyone knows that we're here. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it, Jeremy? So, why do we need everyone to know that we're here? Can I find it? You guys have it memorized yet? You may have it memorized yet? No? Can we say it without pulling it up on the screen? Everybody's like, All right. This is why we need everybody to know that we're here. Okay? Let's stand up. I am on a mission to eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business. I can do this by making people feel special, feel important, and feel like they're the only one. I will offer an experience that will exceed my customers' expectations today, tomorrow, and in the future. I will not just sell cars, I will create fans. Simply let everyone know that we're here. Don't let them buy cars anywhere else. It's not fair to them. We just want to take care of you guys. Because he knows you. He likes you. That's who we buy from. That's right, Hank. People buy from people they like, man. It's all about relationships. It's all about making friends. That's what it's all about, man. Hank knows all about that. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in to this week. We are definitely on a mission to eradicate all the negative stigmas associated with the car business, and we're going to do that by making sure that everybody knows we're here. We've got to make noise. Make sure everybody knows you're here. If you're building a business or you're working on your own thing, make sure everybody knows you exist. Use this power. It's free. It's 100% free. This phone that you have, obviously you got to pay for the phone, but scroll up. Amanda Smith says scroll up. Let's see. Big Spraya. Romaine Smith's in here. Hank Norman says, I should do more video. You're a natural. Thanks, Hank. Steve Spray's up in here. We are real people. Nice. Got some good comments in here. Francis Hunt said, that's exactly what I'm doing, sitting in bed watching. Hey, guys, Dan Cummins Chevrolet. You can check us out on dancummins.com. We are just trying to change the industry, one car deal at a time. And we understand that the only way we're going to do that is we got to make sure that everybody knows that we exist, and everybody knows when they show up here, they're going to get a great price, they're going to get a great value, they're going to get treated like a king. So like I was saying, if you're working on building your business, this is the key. It's free. I mean, you pay your cell phone bill, but that's it. Your social media is free. You got to let people know who you are. Now, if you're afraid to let people know who you are, then you might want to take a look in the mirror and figure some stuff out first. You might want to be like, hey, man, I need to clean all this up before I can let people see who I am. So you might want to look, work on your character and your morals and so on and so forth. But once you get all that in line, you need to make sure to let people know that you're there to provide them a service and to take care of them. So important. Build the relationship. Let them know that you're their friend. Everybody wants to buy from their friend. That's what it's all about. So thank you guys for tuning in. Previous meetings for the last, 6 months, every Saturday. You can find them on my Facebook page. You can also find them, I guess some of them are on the Dan Cummins Facebook page. So we've got a bunch of good quality content in there. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. Put the man together and the world falls into place. You are 100% right. You guys want me to scroll up even further? Uncle G. Is Grant Cardone in here? No. Let's see. Grant Cardone was in here. Be great. Nothing else pays and nothing else feels good. Well. My man, Mr. Grant Cardone, was in the meeting this morning. That is awesome! Dude, that's awesome. That just made my day. Not that having Isaiah Mills in here makes my day too. And Amanda Mills, you make my day. And Hank Norman and a lot of you other guys make my day too. Steve Sprague, of course you make my day. You know you make my day. You guys all make my day. But Grant, what's up? Hey Grant, dude, I know you're a busy guy, but you need to go back and watch some of these other videos, man. You need to go back and watch some of these other ones. We got some good quality stuff in here. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Awesome. See you guys.